Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the ACential Podcast, your source for the latest news and information about Anime Central. I am your host, Sean, from the Arts and Publication team of Anime Central, and boy, have we got some announcements for you. This episode is going to be all about the news. No interviews this time. It is strictly just the latest updates we've got going on because we have had a lot of updates since our last episode in December. But before we get started on talking about our updates, we just wanted to say that we hope you guys are having a great new year so far. It is now February, which means we are just around 3 months to go until ACen 2022. Not a lot of time until ACen comes home to the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center and the Hyatt Regency O'Hare. I hope you guys are ready because we are so excited to see you all again. Let's get into the news and start off this episode like I do every episode, and that is talking about registration. Registration is currently set at Tier 3 pricing. That is $73 for the whole weekend for adults. If your badge did not roll over from 2020 or 2021, you are going to want to get on that badge because Tier 3 ends on April 1st. After that, we go to the at-door price. Especially if you're wanting to have your badge mailed, get on that. Head on over to www.acent.org/registration-info. Get yourself signed up today, get yourself a membership, and come join us. It'll be a great time. All right, let's talk about very briefly hotels. At this moment, the only hotels that we still have rooms available are the Hyatt Rosemont and the Comfort Inn and Suites. So if you do not have a hotel in any of our official hotel blocks, gonna want to get on that because these are the last two. We will not be opening any other hotel blocks. You can head on over to www.acen.org/hotels and get yourself booked a hotel room today. Another big piece of information to talk about is live events. We're talking about panels. We're talking about live performances and cosplay gatherings. If you're interested in performing or hosting a panel or cosplay gathering, get registered today. Gotta say, love the applications we've seen so far. You guys are really blowing us away with your creativity and your support for the con by wanting to perform or wanting to run a cosplay gathering. We are just so very happy to see the applications that have come in so far. Head on over to acent.org. Head over to the registration section. You'll see an area for live event submissions. You'll also see it on our brand new website, acent.org. It's been completely redesigned, and it's very easy to find things like registration. All right, moving on to the new stuff. We've got Masquerade Applications are now open. So if you are planning to do a walk-on at the Masquerade, or you want to do a skit, either solo or with a group, those applications are now open. Head on over to our website. It's in our news section. We are so very happy to be having our Masquerade once again, and we are so excited for our Masquerade. We think you guys will be too, and we can't wait to see the applications that come in for our Masquerade. We've already gotten quite a few, so if you guys love our staple Masquerade event and you are like, you know what, I'd really like to be a part of that. I would really like to be on stage showing off my cosplay, or me and my friend would like to do a skit on stage in cosplay. Head on over to acent.org, look in the news section for Masquerade Applications, and get signed up today. Going back a little bit to registration, professional registrations are now open. So if you are a librarian, a teacher, or a school club sponsor, a convention runner, or industry professional, and you'd like to get a discount to come to Anime Central, head on over to www.acent.org/registration-info, and you'll be able to find all the way at the bottom of the page, professional registration. You will need to submit proof of your profession. It's a really easy process. We always love having, teachers, school clubs join us at ACen. It really helps us kind of spread the love of animation to high school and college kids. So again, if you're a professional and you'd like to score yourself a discount to ACen, then you go on ahead to www.acen.org/registration-info. But you say, Sean, I'd really like a discount myself, but I'm not a professional. Is there a way I can score myself a discount to ACen? And the answer to that is a resounding yes. Our roadshows have been a wonderful opportunity for us to get out there and meet you guys and also offer discounted registration to Anime Central. And we are very proud to announce that we are back on the road, baby. That's right. If you are going to be in the Columbus, Ohio area, February 10th through the 13th. If you are going to be in the Columbus, Ohio area from February 10th to the 13th, you can catch us at Ohayocon at the Hyatt Regency Columbus. Or, also that weekend, we are going to be at Anime Milwaukee, February 11th through the 13th at the Wisconsin Center and Hilton Milwaukee City Center Hotel. More information about these conventions can be found in the show notes. So if you guys are going to be at either one of these conventions, stop on by, say hello to us. We would love to see you guys and get you signed up for a badge at a discounted price. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the biggest announcement that we have made recently, and that is our COVID-19 vaccination and mask policy. For those of you who are not following our social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you're not on our Discord server, I do highly encourage you to get signed up for any of those or all of those, because this is where this stuff gets announced. So we made the announcement of what our policies are going to be for Anime Central 2022. First and foremost, masks. I don't have to say this to you guys. I think, 2 years into this pandemic, you guys kind of know masks are pretty much required in a lot of big events like these, and they are definitely going to be required at Anime Central. Anyone over the age of 2 is going to be required to wear a mask in all public convention and hotel spaces. If you're not wearing a mask, you will be asked to put one on, and if you refuse at that time, you will be asked to leave. Also, per the Cook County Health Department's guidelines, we are requiring proof of vaccination in order to enter Anime Central. So what does that mean? Well, when you arrive at Anime Central, in our registration hall, we are going to have booths set up to confirm vaccination status. You will head up to one of these booths and you will provide either a CDC vaccination card, a vaccination record from your state or local health authority, a app proof, such as the Clear app or My Health, one of those, or a photo copy of your vaccination card. This is not negotiable. There is no acceptance of negative testing to get in. You have to have proof of vaccination. And you have to be considered fully vaccinated, which per the current CDC guidelines is 2 shots of the Pfizer or Moderna mRNA COVID vaccine, or 1 shot of the Johnson & Johnson Janssen adenovirus vaccine. I know that a lot of you probably have a lot of questions on how this is all going to work. We encourage you to reach out to us on our social media with any questions you may have. We know one question we've been hearing a lot about is boosters. Am I required to be boosted for this event? Per the current Cook County health guidelines, no, you do not have to be boosted. However, we highly, highly recommend you do get yourself a booster if you are eligible. Not just because it reduces your chance of hospitalization and death, but in the event that the guidelines from the CDC or the Cook County Health Department change and the definition of fully vaccinated changes, you're going to want to get boosted to make sure you've got everything set. You don't want to be there, a week before con and they change the guidelines and we have to change our guidelines and you're not going to be able to come. Definitely highly, highly recommend if you can be boosted, go get yourself boosted. I would set yourself a hard deadline of May 1st. Get yourself a booster by May 1st. You'll be good to go for ACen. For those of you who are medically unable to be vaccinated, we highly recommend that you reach out to our registration team. The email is registration@acen.org, and they can help facilitate a rollover for you to ACen 2023. More details can be found at acen.org. In our About Us section, you'll find our COVID-19 policy. If you guys have any questions about the policy, then you're more than welcome to reach out to us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and in our Discord server. We are more than happy to answer any questions you may have about this. We know that this is a hot button issue for a lot of people, and we know that the comments on our announcement have been largely positive. But we also know that there are some people who disagree, and we hope that next year will be a completely different situation, and these kinds of restrictions will not be required. For us to be able to hold an event of our size, they are required. Bring your masks, bring your vaccination card, and let's have one hell of a convention. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of the ACential Podcast. As always, if you want to reach out to the show, you can do so. Email address is podcast@acen.org. Always happy to hear from fans and interact with you. You can always reach out to us on our Facebook group, on Instagram, on Twitter, in our Discord server. Links to all of those are in our show notes. But just want to let you guys know that we appreciate you guys so much, and we can't wait for ACen 2022. We know that a lot of you cannot wait for our next convention. It's going to be awesome. Announcements, guys, are going to start flying fast and loose. I know that there's a lot of announcements you guys have been waiting on, especially for those of you who have not bought a badge yet. You're kind of waiting to see what we do. Trust me, those announcements are going to start coming at you. So make sure you're following our social media, you're signed up for our newsletter, because that's where that stuff gets announced. So until next time, guys, my name is Sean with the Arts and Publication team at Anime Central, and thank you guys so much for listening. The ACential Podcast is an audio production for Anime Central and the Midwest Animation Promotional Society. All rights reserved.